Hi guys, thanks so much for joining me today. I know I said that I was going to be doing a Facebook Live today, but some scheduling things ended up not working out and I did not want to leave anyone hanging because I promised a video. So I decided to just film this one in advance so that you would still have a video and some tips for social media for today. Okay, so if you missed last week's Facebook Live, be sure to go check it out. I gave some tips for Instagram stories. Now, this week I posted about Pinterest, but I'm not actually going to be talking about Pinterest on this video. I just wanted to give a few general social media tips. Some of these may seem like, well, duh, obviously, but you'd be surprised at some of the questions I get over and over again on some things, so I just thought I would address some of it and help you if you are maybe just starting out and maybe aren't getting the exposure that you're wanting on your social media platforms. So the first one seems pretty basic, like I said, but you've got to make sure that you are easy to find. So what I mean by that, if you have a blog and you don't have your social media icons somewhere easily accessible on your blog, whether it be at the top or on the sidebar, then you are doing yourself a disservice because you are not sending people from your blog to your social media sites. How are they going to know they're there? I can't tell you how many times I've wanted to follow someone on social media because I liked what their blog said and I couldn't find their follow buttons, and so I just left the site. So don't let that happen to you. Make sure you link all of your social media sites to your blog or your website. Another good thing you can do is put them in your email signature. That way if you're sending someone an email and they see your name at the bottom, then they can click onto your social platforms right from the email. So another easy one. I know this another one that seems well duh, but your profile picture, of course, you want it to be crisp and clear and not blurry. I prefer headshot, shoulders up, waist up, so I can get a little bit closer in and see you. I prefer to do smiling, happy ones. I know that's not everyone's preference, but I think it just makes you look more warm and welcoming and inviting and like someone that you might want to follow. Unless you don't like to follow warm, inviting people. That's okay too. When you're posting things, something to really think about, people say, oh, I post all the time on Instagram, I post all the time on Twitter or on Facebook, and my following's just not growing, I'm not getting good engagement, what am I doing wrong? Well, one of the things you might be doing wrong is looking at your platform from your point of view instead of from your followers and your readers' point of view. So what I mean by that is people come to social media for entertainment, for education. They don't necessarily want to see some of the things that we post sometimes. I'm guilty of it as well all the time. So you have to think of it from their point of view. They're thinking, what's in it for me? Is this something funny that's going to make me laugh? Because sometimes I just like to see humorous things. Is this going to be something that I want to learn and it's going to teach me something by seeing this picture or seeing this post? It's got to have some kind of value, whether it be educational or entertainment, or whatever's in that wheelhouse of whatever your brand is. So sometimes posting a random picture of your dog may not be great if you don't usually post pictures of your dog and people aren't expecting that and they just don't really care because that's not what they're coming to your profiles to see, if that makes sense. So think about it from what's in it for me perspective. If you were following you, what would you think of the pictures and the things that you're posting on social media? So something to think about before you hit that publish button. And how you can say, okay, that's great. Well, how do I know what they want to see? Well, you should really dive in and take a good look at your analytics. A lot of people ignore their analytics, and there is gold in there, guys. If you look in your analytics, you can see who's following. You can see ages, demographics, where they're from. I mean, there is just a wealth of information in there for you to use. You can see what posts do best at what time of day. So don't just say, oh, I don't know what to post, I don't know when to post, I don't know who's my audience, who am I talking to. Go look in your analytics and then you'll know exactly who is following you, who is seeing your stuff. So use that to your advantage and then post the things that they would want to see. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, photo editing. I am the farthest thing from a professional photographer. Let me tell you, I've gotten way better than when I started, but I'm still nowhere near good at taking pictures. But it is so easy now to edit photos. Even if you're not good like me, you can still create a decent photo with free apps and websites. You don't have to spend any money if you don't want to. So I use PicMonkey on my computer, and on my phone I use Snapseed most of the time, and then if I want to put words on something, I'll use WordSwag. That one is paid, but it's really cheap. So there's really no excuse to post a blurry, out of focus photo or something that's oddly cropped or something that just doesn't have good lighting. Use these editing tools to your advantage. And if you edit it and it still doesn't look good, don't post it. I mean, don't just say, oh, well, you know, this is the best one I could do. Just wait. I try to post every day on all my platforms, but if there's a day where I just have nothing to say or nothing to post, especially on Instagram, it's better to just hold off a day until you have something really good than to just post something just to post something and then potentially lose followers because you threw up some random picture that nobody cares about. Speaking of which, I didn't post on Instagram yesterday at all, which is odd for me, but I had some things I could say, but then when I looked at my feed as a whole, I didn't like that the next picture would be next to the picture before it. It didn't look good in my feed as a whole, so I decided to hold off on that. That's a whole other thing, so I just didn't post anything. So think about that as well. Another tip for social media, I've said this before, but to tag people, especially in Instagram stories. A lot of people don't tag brands, but I think that's a great idea, is to tag brands or tag people and brands in your pictures. Host giveaways. I've hosted giveaways not just on my blog, but I've hosted them on Instagram. And you can make an entry is that you have to follow you have to follow someone else, you have to go to another social platform and follow. I mean, there's all different things that you can do to help grow your following by a giveaway. I mean, you can give away a $25 Amazon gift card. I mean, it doesn't have to be something crazy. Although if you do a loop giveaway with a lot of people with a bigger prize, you're probably more likely to get more followers. Back to adding your social media logos onto things. Add them on your business cards too. People don't just want your name and your phone number anymore. I mean, they want to be able to find you online quickly, easily, with your email address as well. Giveaways, okay. Hashtags. I use hashtags all the time. On Instagram, you can use 30. I try and get as close to 30 as I can because that's just one more opportunity for someone else to find you that might be searching that hashtag. And I get way more into hashtags in my course. So if you're interested in that, you might want to pay attention to that one. What else? Oh, you'll see a lot of people that will follow you, especially on Instagram and Twitter, and then they'll immediately unfollow you. And all they're trying to do is get you to follow them back, and then as soon as you do, they unfollow you. Not cool. I don't do that. I don't like when people do that. So a lot of times if somebody follows me, I'll wait a few days and see if their stuff is something that I want to see, that I want to follow, and then I might give them a follow. But a lot of times by then, they've already unfollowed me, and that's okay. You win some, you lose one. You have to remember, think of all the people in this world that are on social media. So many. It is impossible to please everyone. It is impossible to have everyone like you, everyone follow you, and everyone want to read your stuff, because then it would be boring because we would all be the same. When I first started my email list for my blog, I would watch it every day and see if I got new subscribers. And I would get really offended when someone unsubscribed from my email list. And I don't know why I let it get to me, because I could see exactly who it is, what email address. But now that I think about it, if someone doesn't care about my content, if they don't want to see what I have to say, then that's fine. I would rather them unsubscribe than to just not open my emails and just delete them, because at least with ConvertKit, I pay up to a certain amount. If I have under 1,000 subscribers, it's this much. If I have 1,000, so the more subscribers you have, the more you have to pay every month for the service. So I don't want to be paying for a bunch of people that aren't even opening my emails. So think of it that way and try not to take it personally when people unfollow you. It's just part of it, part of the game. So last thing, I wrote a blog post yesterday. If you did not see it, be sure to go to heather'sLookingGlass.com and check it out. It is all about Pinterest and growing your Pinterest account. And why I think that is important is because I have been really working on mine and getting a ton of traffic from Pinterest to my blog, which in turn grows my social media following, so it all is kind of connected. From Pinterest, I get some days more traffic from Pinterest than I do from like Google searches, so it has a lot of power if you use it correctly. So be sure to go there and read that post. Also, I have a freebie on there for you if you want to download that. It's an Excel sheet that I use to track money I've earned and money I've spent through blogging and through managing social media clients, so I can keep up with everything at the end of the month. So if you plan to start taking on clients, or if you just have your own blog and you make money from your blog and you're not keeping track, I highly encourage you to keep track, and that sheet is a super simple way to do that. Also, you can, when you sign up with your email address, you will be on the list to get notified of my new e-course that's coming out, Social Side Hustle, that will be out next month. And you will have access to the lowest price because I will be doing price increases as we go. So my email subscribers will be the first to know of the lowest price and the pre-launch and the launch dates, so you do not want to miss out on that. Again, I'm so sorry that I couldn't be here live, but I hope you will find some of the information I gave valuable. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments, or you can email me at heather@heatherslookingglass.com, and I would be happy to try and help you out. So I hope you have a great day, everyone. Thanks so much.